Freedom's the answer. What's the question? You're listening to Ernest Hancock.
Welcome back to Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock. I'm beautiful. Almost white New Year's, Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, you knew it was eventually going to come to us. Yeah, you go to Al Gore and you say what? What happens when it gets cold, man? What are you going to do then? Oh, we don't call it global warming anymore. No. We call it climate change. Yeah, environmentalism, man. I remember in the mid-'90s, a gentleman came to the Breakfast Club. And it was very interesting. He talked about a lot of things, and he was saying environmentalism is the new socialist flagship. They're going to be doing everything. All the collectivism is going to be in the name of Gaia. You know, it's going to be this Mother Earth thing. You know, one thing that he told me back then that's of interest, a lot of people don't know this. You know, I should pull this up. Now we'll put it up. You guys go look for it yourself. Put in Green Cross. No, not Red Cross, Green Cross. Green Cross and Mikhail Gorbachev, that used to be, the head guy, the Soviet Union before it broke up. Mikhail Gorbachev left as, I don't even remember what they called him, prime whatever it was. You have the head of the Soviet Union, it dissolves, and he goes off to do what? The Presidio, which was a military base near San Francisco, they privatized it. And he, had offices or whatever. I mean, military, industrial, whatever. And what happened was Mikhail Gorbachev had an office there. Here in the United States, he left Soviet Union to come to America. He's going to make it America, MKer. And he had an office at the Presidio called Green Cross. Well, of course, the whole concept was, oh, man, I just found my true love, the earth. I'm going to save it. From who? From, I don't know, the United States probably. But the thing is that he got absorbed into the United Nations. So the United Nations, this environmental thing, embraced Green Cross, which was headed by who? The former head of the Soviet Union. You can't make this stuff up. So now that's still, you start doing some research on on Green Cross and the United Nations, you see where, this guy that was telling us, hey man, environmentalism, it's the new socialist flagship. How far off was he? Yep. A lot of people know what's up. Well, part of that, let's go ahead and go to this. Donna put this up. Legislators confronted with chemtrail concerns. Now, those of you on video, you can see this picture, and I'll tell you who's in this picture. The woman on the left, that's Senator Karen Johnson. She's a popular conservative legislator here for many years, and she retired, moved up to northeastern Arizona, and we're going to go visit with her, because when we get all consolidated after a year, there may be places up there we might go. Become a farmer, rancher, something. So she and some other activists, you'll see another couple there, the next couple standing next to her, were people that I got to know as supporters of when Charles and I were over at Air America. And they're, progressives and left and all that. And their heart's in the right place. They wanted to do the right thing. But, I tell you, we had a big influence on the left. We were just like, look, yeah, we're for peace and love and all that more than the Democrats are. How's that Obama thing working out with this Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan, whatever stuff going on? So they are starting to come around. Then you have some other activists here that I know that come by quite a bit, and they use the facilities here at Freedom's Phoenix Workshop to promote whatever it is that they want, including making a whole bunch of copies. I had Ed Griffin on. I told him, man, what in the world are they spraying on the show? I said, we're going to rip you off. We're going to mass produce those bad boys. Yeah, we're going to make a whole bunch of them. And what'd they do? They took them down this week, and Karen Johnson went around the legislature, and they passed them out to all the legislators. This is something that, here in Arizona, we see this all the time. Now, regardless of what your opinion is on this movie, you go Google it, and I'm sure it'll come up, and you can watch it online, I'm certain, somewhere. What in the world are they spraying? A lot of people say, oh, conspiracy nut. And I'm going, really? Why did they pass legislation to give the government the ability to start altering weather? To think they're not doing it already. They just want to make what they're doing legal, I guess. So this is, some activism going on there. Yeah, whatever. Okay, now let's look at this one other article we have on. So young and so many pills. What they're talking about is they're saying it's up to 25% of teenagers are now on some kind of drug. Why? Well, they can't sit still and get indoctrinated. They're not ponying up to whatever they're doing. Well, there's a lot of things going on. The U.S. changes how it measures long-term unemployment now. We went through this before. When they did the cost of living adjustment, they use an index, an inflation index, that determines how much you're going to get an increase in your Social Security and other entitlements. So what do? They just change the index. They go, it doesn't include energy and food anymore. I don't know. How's that energy thing going? It's up just today. It broke $92. Heck, it was just $40 not too long ago. So I'm going, we're ending the year for the first time in American history where we're ending a year at over $3 a gallon. Now, it's been above that, but, the average is, here we go. Because there's going to be a lot of not just, high prices. There's going to be shortages. Then let's go with another story here I wanted to talk about. Oh, we're next. Napolitano is in Afghanistan to see iris scanning at work. They're showing this. It's got soldiers going around to these Afghanis, and they're just going, and look here, eyes open, fingerprint, click, done. You're registered. You think they're not going to be doing this at, all these new checkpoints they got? And so, oh, man. This is one thing that we wanted to emphasize on this TSA thing the day before Thanksgiving when we did this. When you go through the checkpoints and you're showing, here's my passport or my driver's license and my ticket, and they do their little ultraviolet blue light kind of, okay, go. You go in, you put all your stuff on the belt, you go get your metal detector, and now you're either going in through the scanner, which I haven't done and I don't have any plans to. So you go through the scanner or you get your TSA, date. Okay. Now, what do they not do that they're going to be doing? This is one of the predictions. Security predictions. And by the end of this next year, or sooner or later, I can tell you that. But I think sooner rather than later. And there'll be some kind of, oh my goodness, we got to do this thing. But they'll come up with something. They'll be, that's another prediction. They'll come up with some excuse to be able to do this. And this is what they're going to be doing. After you get approval from the man to go into line and you go through these scanners and so on, the one thing they don't do is they don't take that scan and associate it with your personal ID, that this particular person is in this scanning machine. Now, these scans are like radiation or some kind of file that's created of whatever. They're going to, how deep does it go? What kind of scanners are going to have? How are they going to change it? Are they going to be able to, are they going to want a blood sample? Now they're doing forced, no opting out, checkpoints for DUI. You got to give a blood sample. Now, remember when this started, anybody that was arrested had to give some kind of a DNA sample. Then they had, about the same time, no longer did you do the paper fingerprinting. It is a digital scan now. When you go get fingerprinted, you go do your fingerprints, it is digitized right then. It goes into the national database, and that's why we got fusion centers. So anybody that's had any interaction, arrested by the government, you're getting a digitized fingerprint. If you're arrested, they're wanting DNA. If you're even stopped at a DUI checkpoint, forced blood samples. Now they're doing, Napolitano's going to be pushing this thing, got to do iris scanner kind of stuff. And, you want to know where the leading indicator a lot of this stuff's going to be? It's going to be Chicago with Rahm Emanuel there. And he's got The Plan, his book, The Plan. Let me tell you what the plan's going to include. Oh, yeah, we got food for you. We'll give you enough calories you can breathe in and out, but you got to do what the man says. Yeah. So what are they going to do? When you go to fly now, they're going to take your ticket or your ID, and it's no longer going to be at the front. They're going to digitize some scan of you and have it forever associated with your name. You want biometrics? A full body scan. This is coming. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Think about it. It's coming.